580 new COVID cases we did yesterday. Can I just get your broad thoughts on where you think we are in the pandemic?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine now. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I think we need to get ready for 1 million cases a day. I think this thing is a very, very sharp surge, and it's going to have a very sharp peak, and then it's going to fall off very quickly. So if we look at Alpha and Delta, which came earlier, they were waves, 6 to 8 weeks. This thing is more like a flash flood, about 4 weeks. And the reason we can say that is that we're just seeing the way all the cases are going up exponentially, but then they're going to come down exponentially. So this thing is going to be over by the end of March for sure, probably by the end of February.
And that's, I guess, the reason why the market, Fred, which we focus on so heavily, has been able to largely look past Omicron. And if you say we're going to do 1 million cases a day, I can only imagine how we would be reacting to that a year ago or further back. And the reason we're not, in large regard, is because of the vaccines and the incredible science that has created them. Is the most, maybe the most important thing of the year, if you want to say, is it the mRNA technology? I mean, that's what your real expertise is sort of speaking about this incredible innovation that we've witnessed in science and biotech. Is that the most important thing, mRNA technology?
Yeah, I think that's been the story of the year. So mRNA has been known for decades, but we finally made that into a tool that can greatly help us in public health and in many other ways. So with mRNA, which is a small molecule, it's a small molecule, it's an information molecule. It's just magical. It can tell the cells of the body to make proteins the way you want them to be made. So we've got 2 great COVID vaccines. And now that we are confident that these things are very good, very effective, they've been on the market for a year, we are now going forward with using the same concept in other infectious diseases, such as the flu and RSV. Especially for the flu, that'll be a great breakthrough because we can get to the problem fast as opposed to going through a very long cycle of cell culture. So it's a major, major advance. And finally, the big one that we really hope is going to happen, and the data in rodents is excellent, it works in many, many cancers. So we can be very specific in going after certain cancers with mRNA. That was the big story of this year.
Fred, I'm curious what the investment response has been to that, because as you mentioned, the velocity of innovation in vaccines, in monoclonal antibody infusions, antiviral drugs, all of that seems like it would create this rush of capital. But then on the flip side, you see hedge funds that traverse in biotech investing have really suffered this year as the public markets don't seem to be rewarding or be as excited maybe about this velocity and this innovation.
It's very interesting. It's been paradoxical. So on one hand, the innovation flow has been astounding. It's very, very good. Also, the capital flow into the markets has been astounding. In fact, the market is swimming in cash in terms of capital coming in there. What's surprising is that the XBI index, the biotech index, has come off 30% since its peak in mid-February. And the reason I personally think is that there are just too many IPOs competing for cash, just a lot of cash out there with some imbalances, not enough people to do all the research that cash is going after. And maybe the stock moved up a lot in the prior year, and there's some readjustment. But one should expect that these indices around healthcare, XBI, pharma indices, they should remain pretty strong as we go forward because the science is now unfolding beautifully.